So, and I was supposed to arrive here last night.
You did not.
Did not arrive here last night. Dude, it was... Can I just say that the German transport system failed me? So you had a shit time. I had a shit time.
Yes, everything failed me.
Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
I want to hear about the German experience. It was bad.
Listen, as a Brit, I had been told that the German people were always reliable. They always did stuff that was good. But the transport system in Germany is a joke. It's propped up on nonsense and trust. It's a failure.
But see, the thing that I was ready to blame you. You were like, I thought you got into Frankfurt at like 10 p.m. and your flight canceled.
Yeah, I was
got it at 5.
Yeah.
How did they not have a plane available?
Yeah. So what ended up happening, Chad, is that So I became a Twitch ambassador, right? And when you become a Twitch ambassador, they pay for one TwitchCon flight.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll come hang out with Pete. It'll be fun. So I booked my flight. And I thought, you know what? I always fly with ANA, and I want to get the miles. So I'll make my flight a little bit more inconvenienced by not flying direct, so I can get the miles.
That's a very thoughtful.
It's maybe a good or a bad thing.
It'll never bite you.
It'll never bite me. It's never bitten me before. So I added a layover, basically. So I had to go to Frankfurt, which on the flight over, this guy from Frankfurt was like harassing this Japanese woman in front of me, being like, "You going to Frankfurt for your honeymoon? Are you insane? There is nothing to do in Frankfurt. It is shit." And then she was asking me, he basically said, like, "Where are you from?" He goes, "I'm from Munich." Munich like an hour away.
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you?" He's like, "They're savages. They are the worst in Frankfurt. You cannot reason with the Frankfurt people."
It's this happens in London by city blocks.
Yeah,
So
they'll talk about the guy on like the next trains of savages, unhinged, barbarians. You can't talk to them. So he was
that poor woman. That's her honeymoon.
Yeah, she was saying that's her honeymoon to Frankfurt. Anyway, so the flight was the longest flight known to man. It was 14 hours. I didn't realize it was that long. It was so long. And like, I've done the 11th flight to LA a bunch. It doesn't feel that long. But the extra 3 hours, for some reason, you're just like miserable.
Yeah, it's just
you just want it to end.
The human condition cannot withstand.
Anyway, chat. So then it's all going great. It's all going great until I get a notification on my phone 30 minutes before I land. Because I pay for Wi-Fi. I'm a schmuck.
Well, okay.
Listen,
actually, no.
I got a lot of work done.
It should be free on a flight.
It should be free.
It's 2024.
So it says my flight is cancelled, my layover. And I thought, okay, well, it's 5 p.m. I'll get another flight. It's not that bad. 5 p.m. is like, it's not like I landed at 10. You know?
That's what I thought you did, yeah.
So, and Pete was texting me. He was like, well, I'll see you a little later, man. We'll get a pint. And I was like, all right. Okay, cool. So when I got there at the airport, it said my flight on the board, it said it was still there. So I thought, maybe they're doing something sneaky where online it's cancelled and in real life it isn't. So I asked the ANA staff, I was like, hey, where do I go? And they said, go to the gate anyway and just ask them to print the ticket and see what's up. Even though, like, okay, I just got attacked by a...
That's mine. I was just, oh, well, you know what? I don't need it. I've thought about it.
Thank you, Europe.
Leave it that way.
Yeah, I'm being attacked by a bunch of seagulls as well. So I thought it would be fine, but I was really worried because my bag was at the other terminal.
Yeah.
So they told me to go over to the other terminal where my next flight would be, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. So I went over there and finally got to a staff. They just didn't want to help. I was like, hey, what's going on? Why is my flight booked for 7 a.m.? It's 5 p.m. right now. You know how long away 7 a.m. is? That's ridiculous.
No hotel. You've not had a hotel.
No, of course not. And so I was like, hey, so like, why am I on the 7 a.m. flight when I need to get to Rotterdam tonight? And they were like, she turned the monitor around.
Oh, God.
She goes, it says 7 a.m. here. I was like, yeah, I know it says 7 a.m. The app tells me my flight's at 7 a.m. Why am I on a 7 a.m. flight?
Why is this even happening?
There's literally a flight in 2 hours. Put me on that. And they were like, look, nothing can be done.
No, it's booked.
They were like, it's booked. I was like, change it.
Change the flight.
And then I looked, there was like a Lufthansa flight I could have gotten at 9 p.m. That cost 700 euros.
That can't
for
be
an
right.
economy. 1 hour flight. And I was like, I'm not paying that. So I was like, fuck it. Okay, do I get a hotel? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, what do you mean you don't know?
So
I
did zero...
They did nothing. And I eventually harassed this guy who was like, yeah, we can give you a hotel.
Wow, how kind.
Yeah.
Their mistake.
Yeah, and then I finally got this hotel coupon. Hotel's like 20 minutes away. I was like, where do I get the bus? And let me show you the diagram of where they showed me where the bus was. I'll show you chat as well.
This is German engineering. I thought they built like Volkswagen.
The worst.
How could they not have a hotel pad?
Well, Volkswagen, I don't know if you know, they got sued for like by the European Union for like $4 billion.
Okay, bad example.
Because they lied. Just like they lied to me about my flight being at 5 p.m.
I didn't know
chat.
that. I didn't know. I did not know that was...
So, let me show you this. Let me get it up. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. They were like, here's the shuttle. And it was like, I'm sure cartography 500 years ago was more advanced than this.
Look to the North Star, you'll
It
find
was basically like, follow your whim to the East Coast and you will find what you seek. And I was like, what is this? Let me find it. Oh my God, let me cook. Sorry. I didn't prepare, but I forgot to show you this.
Neither did they, quite frankly.
I think I'm more prepared than them.
I think that you've already surpassed a 5 p.m. arrival.
Here we go. Layover Solutions emailed me in a motel. All right, look at this. I'll show you that and download this real quick. Downloading, pending. Okay. My internet has been shit here as well, Chad. Luckily the bag works.
And you've got friends here.
I do?
Well, rain's on our way.
So then eventually, Chad, I got on. It was a nightmare to get to the hotel, and I got there. And then, I had to just stay over, which is not fun. Don't recommend it. Found the boarding. This is they were like, go here for the shuttle.
That looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint.
Yeah. These are my directions, chat. It was just go here. What is this? What is this? Huh? What is this? Where does that mean? What does that mean? What am I looking at here? Can chat see this?
Yeah, it's just, well, it looks like clip art.
What is that? That's not a map.
That is and I, honestly, I don't even think I had it that bad after all.
Yeah,
so
and then the shuttle, right? I called up the hotel. I was like, hey, I've been waiting here for 20 minutes. After it took me 30 minutes to find where the shuttle was. I've already been awake for 20 hours. I was like, hey, where the fuck is the shuttle? They said, it's coming in 1.5 hours. I was like, what the fuck? So I flagged a taxi down. This guy didn't speak any English. And so I tried in Google Translate. And I know there's a stereotype of the language sounding aggressive, but I think that man was just pissed off.
It might have been.
Because I think maybe the distance was too short, that he was like, why the fuck did I wait this?
Oh, so he's not going to get a good fare.
Yeah. So he was just, I got so much late. It was awful, man. And then I had to get the flight at 5 a.m.
Today.
And the worst part is that I didn't know where the fuck my bags were.
We still don't, do we?
I got them now.
We're okay.
I got them now, Chad.
We're okay.